Hi, beautiful black women. My name is Abby. In this video, we're talking about how Love Island and now Love Island Games have made it a tradition to paint black women contestants as villains, specifically the mean girl trope, while excusing the same emotions and actions from non-black contestants. More importantly, we're going to talk about how this ties into a much bigger issue, right? Which is the way black men themselves publicly disrespect, degrade, and devalue black women. Because let's be clear, the reason other groups feel so comfortable disrespecting us on national television and in everyday life is because black men have given them the green light. When the men of your own community call you ugly, mock your skin tone, clown your hair, and put every other woman on a pedestal above you, the rest of the world watches and learns that there will be no consequences for treating you the same way. And Love Island is just one more stage where that misogynoir gets played out for profit. When we look at the way black women are portrayed on Love Island, a pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Season after season, the black women in the cast are introduced as fun, confident, and strong. But before long, that narrative starts to shift. Suddenly, they're no longer relatable contestants viewers root for. Instead, they are edited and presented as harsh, cold, or the dreaded mean girl. It's a script that producers keep recycling every season because they know it plays into an existing stereotype the audience already believes about black women. And once that label sticks, there is no amount of kindness, humor, or vulnerability that can undo it. The black woman becomes the villain of the season by default. Take season 7, for example. Alondria and Shelley became the clear targets of the mean girl edit. Were they being aggressive? No. Were they out of line? No, they were simply doing what every contestant on Love Island does, expressing frustration, questioning decisions, and setting boundaries. But when Alondria and Shelley voiced their opinions, it wasn't portrayed as normal conflict or healthy communication. It was twisted into bullying, intimidation, and meanness. The exact same behavior from non-black women was treated as funny, passionate, or keeping it real. That's the double standard black women are constantly up against on reality TV. Now let's fast forward to Love Island Games, and now it's happening again with KK. KK showed frustration at being voted into the bottom. She was disappointed, confused, and upset. Those are normal human reactions. She didn't scream, didn't belittle anyone, didn't cross lines. She simply processed her feelings. And that was enough to get her painted with the mean girl brush. Think about the hypocrisy here. When non-black contestants express anger, even going as far to call decisions stupid or lash out, it's brushed off as valid. But KK, KK wasn't allowed to be sad. She wasn't allowed to be worried. She wasn't allowed to be confused. Instead, the only narrative viewers were fed was that she's a mean girl. Because for black women, any emotion beyond silence and smiling gets rebranded as hostility. This is where the heart of misogynoir comes in. Reality TV thrives on stereotypes, and for black women, the angry black woman has always been the most marketable. But because society has become a little more sensitive about calling us angry outright, that trope has just been repackaged. Now it's bully, now it's intimidating, now it's mean girl, but it's all the same thing. Right? It's just a way to invalidate black women's emotions, flatten us into one-dimensional characters, and deny us the full range of human expression. If we're sad, we're manipulating. If we're frustrated, we're bitter. If we're assertive, we're bullies. And if we dare show any vulnerability, it's dismissed as fake. But here's where the bigger picture comes in. And this is something a lot of people, they won't talk about, or they'll probably gaslight you about it, right? This treatment is not happening in a vacuum. The reason black women are so comfortable to disrespect on these shows, the reason it's so easy for producers, castmates, and audiences to pile on is because black men themselves have already normalized it. Think about it. Black men are the loudest voices degrading black women online and offline. They clown our hair. They talk about our skin tone. They mock our features. They uplift every other group of women while putting us down in the same breath. They have made it a cultural norm to treat black women as the least desirable, the most disposable, and the most disrespected. So when other groups watch Love Island and they see a black woman stand up for herself, they don't view it as relatable. They view her as disposable. Why? because black men have already told them that we're not worth defending. And the contrast couldn't be clearer. You don't see the same treatment directed at black men in reality TV. You don't see non-black women or producers lining up to villainize them season after season. Why? Because black women don't tolerate that kind of disrespect against black men. We've always been the first to defend them, to shield them, to fight for their humanity. But when it comes to us, they not only stay silent, they actively participate in tearing us down, and the rest of the world follows suit, knowing there will be no consequences. This is why black women are the easiest targets on reality TV. The disrespect starts at home, with the very men who should be protecting us. Love Island isn't just reflecting racism and misogynoir, it's exploiting it. The producers know that if they cast a black woman as the mean girl, the audience will run with it. They know social media will buzz. They know the stereotypes will do the heavy lifting. And they know that the louder the backlash against the black woman grows, the more attention the show gets. It's not by accident. It is a formula. And it only works because society is already primed to see black women as villains before they even open their mouths. So what's the takeaway here? Black women, you're obviously not the mean girl. You're not an angry black woman. You're not a villain, right? We're allowed to express our emotions. The fact that these reality shows keep recycling the same tired stereotypes, it says more about the producers, the audience, and yes, about the failure of black men to protect us. At the end of the day, what we see happening on Love Island and so many other reality TV shows is just a reflection of what we live every day as black women. The reason other groups feel so bold in painting us as villains or bullies is because black men have already made it clear to the world that degrading us is acceptable. This entire cycle is only acceptable because black men have made it that way. They dragged us first. They laughed at your features first. They degraded your skin tone, your hair, and your femininity first. So when you see these reality shows using black women as punching bags, or when you see non-black people bold enough to villainize you without hesitation, understand that, yeah, it definitely comes from racism, but a lot of them do it because they see black men doing it. Black men have given them the green light. We don't see black men being villainized like this. Ever. That's because black women have made it known that it's not acceptable. The bigger picture here is that misogynoir doesn't just magically appear out of nowhere. It thrives because black men in the black community have given everyone else the blueprint on how to disrespect you. And until that changes, the world will continue to treat black women as disposable. Black women, I hope you liked this video, and until my next one, I love you so much. Bye!